and welcome. This is Dr. Tanya Bigelow, your philosophical physicist, using science to get you unstuck. And today we have a very specific training. It's for our parents, more specifically, female parents, those individuals who are professional women who work a job, maybe CEOs, doctors, lawyers, any individual who is playing at a higher level, and you've also made the decision to start a family. And even breaking it down a little further than that, for my highly successful women who have daughters, right? So today we're going to talk about how to develop a better relationship with your mother. So this one is for individuals who may fall into a category that's where you're sandwiched. And this training is very near and dear to me because I fall into that category. I'm a daughter, obviously, right? I'm a woman, but I also have daughters. And what I noticed is that not all women have a very good relationship with their mother. Whether it's to the extreme, to the point where you two don't talk to each other, or it's in the developing stage where you're kind of in communication, but the communication is so frictional that it's unbearable. And you find yourself moving towards the isolation phase where you really don't want to talk, you really don't want to hang out. And for some individuals, this sounds like an oxymoron, but for many women, this is your reality. And I speak this from personal experience because it was my reality, where my relationship with my mother has not always been the best. And I love her. I absolutely love and adore her. And at the same time, there have, over the years that, I've been on earth, there have been times when our relationship has been very, very turbulent. So I found a way to research and actually help to resolve my mother issues. And it was very important to me the moment I had a daughter. Right? Because one of the main things I did not want to do is to duplicate a detrimental relationship. And it's so ironic because there's so many people who are parents, whether it's by choice or by force or by default. However, we have a baby now, right? And we're taught so many different things in the world. We're taught our ABCs, we're taught our 1, 2, 3s. We go through this general educational system from elementary school to middle school to high school. And for many of us, we've gone through all the way up to our masters and our PhDs, right? And nowhere in any of that education did they stop and hand us a book on how to be a parent. And I encourage you, I just want to ask you the question because I had to ask this question of myself. Of all of the books that I chose to purchase, whether it's how to be a better salesperson, how to win friends and influence people, how to learn whatever subject matter I wanted to learn, how to become a physicist, how to become a business owner, how to become a metaphysician, about all those books. And not one of those times did I think to purchase a book on how to be a parent. I want to ask you a question. How many books do you have in your library that talks about being a parent? Now, I know that there is no cookie cutter way to raise a child. I am clear on that. Why? Because not one child is the exact same. Not one. However, there are interpersonal relationship skills that are required in the house and outside of the house. And we typically tend to really focus our attention on how to be a better manager, how to be a better business owner, how to be a better project manager, whatever it is, we focus our attention on that. And then we struggle when we get home on how to actually interact with our children. So what we're going to talk about today, and I promise not to be before you too long, but this is a very passionate subject of mine, so please bear with me. We want to really hone in on how to develop a better relationship with your mother. And so this is for my sandwiched individuals, those individuals who still have their mother here with them, and then for those individuals who actually have smaller kids, or your kids, but you're in the middle of that. So number one, learn how to be happy. Happy is relative. So there's no cookie cutter example for this should make you happy, that should make you happy. But the goal in your life, when you get up in the morning to the time that you come back to the house where you have to interact with your children, to be happy. Now I want to stop and pause, because I know when your daughter is rolling her eyes at you, and when you have that conversation of, but mom, you really just don't understand. I know that's not a very happy conversation to have. I get that. But allowing ourselves to focus each and every day on things that make us happy will help to attract more pleasant interactions in your home. From the moment you wake up, focus on what you're grateful for. I'm grateful to have the ability to be a mother. I'm grateful to have a roof over our heads. I'm grateful to have a place of employment to go so that I can support my child. I'm grateful for the fact that my daughter looks exactly like me. I'm grateful for the opportunity to share with her, to expand with her, to grow with her. Whatever it is, focus on being happy in that relationship. Number one. Number two, focus on developing a healthy relationship. So now, what makes a healthy relationship? Making sure that you have a healthy line of communication, that there's not a lot of screaming and cussing and degrading of either the mother to the daughter or the daughter to the mother. Because respect is not given, it is earned. And I know for many of us, we may say, well, if you're living in my house, you're going to respect me. And I get that. Because if you're paying the bills and you're taking care of the liability, i.e. your daughter or your children, it is only right and respectful for them to respect you. However, the Bible also says that we should never tempt our children. So if we come into the house and we're just going off and we're going crazy because we had a crazy day at work, we want to just be mindful that that may not necessarily be a healthy relationship, right? We want to make sure that what we're feeding them, both spiritually, mentally, emotionally, is healthy. Have very healthy conversations. Have very healthy meals. And that varies from whatever it is that you choose to intake and ingest. And there's a variety of individuals that you can talk to or look towards in order to obtain a very healthy diet. But what you put into your body has a huge impact on your day-to-day living. It has an impact on your emotions. It has an impact on how you sleep and everything that happens to you, on your health and on the diseases that may show up. I'm here to tell you that not everything is hereditary. Things can be changed, and they can say you can break those traditional curses. But a lot of things we think that are just passed down from generation to generation, which in some instances they are, but it's based on the fact that we're still doing the same thing that mama did, that grandmama did, that big mama did. So it may behoove you to pick up a book, learn how to cook a healthy meal, allowing your children to understand that there's something different from Harold's or from Wendy's or from White Castles or from McDonald's. Just having a healthy relationship. So 1, learn how to be happy. 2, learn how to develop a healthy relationship. And we're just going over some of the ways that you can, or what are some of the definitions of happy relationships and healthy relationships. And then number 3, I want you to be hungry. Hungry to have a better relationship with your mother. You see, my mother is 70 plus, right? So she's well older than me. And there's a good probability that she's not going to change being who she is, right? So she's stuck in her ways, which I'm a proponent that anybody can change. But I also know that I can't control anyone. Guess what? Neither can you. Can't control anybody's actions. Heck, I'm sure you have a hard enough job controlling your own actions. So understanding that I cannot control my mother, but understanding that my relationship with my mother is the most important relationship that a daughter could ever establish. So making sure that you're hungry for that relationship, hungry to have a better relationship, hungry to have a very healthy and wealthy interaction with her every time you communicate. Hungry to hear her perspective of why she feels you should, whatever it is, fill in that blank. Hungry to understand where she's coming from and allowing her to be her and for you to be you. So number 3 is hungry. Number 4, learn how to be honest. So there are times when we have our parents and there's an interaction that may be not pleasant. Let's just put it that way. And being able to sit in a place of honesty, honesty being, well, let me just hear her. Maybe she does have something pleasant to say. But also understanding that where she's coming from as a mother, and I'm saying this as a daughter who is also a mother, understanding that sometimes you may be in a situation where she is kind of putting her own limitations on you, which is fine, but just be honest that maybe she just hasn't evolved to where she understands what you understand. See, right now, I still have smaller children. So we're still maturing in that phase. And I've been a mother for 18 years. But even in that state, I have to learn as a mother to be honest with my children. So that's number 4, honesty. So number 1, we have to learn how to be happy. 2, we have to learn how to be healthy. 3, we must learn how to be hungry to develop that better relationship with our mother. Number 4, we have to learn how to be honest with ourselves in that. And the fifth way that we can learn how to develop a better relationship with your mother is to learn and understand that she is human. Nobody's perfect. Nobody comes here flawless. She didn't have a handbook on how to raise you. She didn't know exactly what to say or even how to say it. She may not have been introduced to interpersonal relationships, how to effectively resolve conflict, how to talk to people. She may not have never heard of the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. That may not be the era that she comes from. But if we wake up every day from a position of being happy, being healthy, being hungry, being honest, and understanding that our parent, our mother, is just as human as we are, that will help point you in the direction of developing a better relationship with your mother. And remember, it's all a choice. If you choose to have a better relationship with your mother, trainings like this will show up. If you choose to have a better relationship with your mother, you will purposely find training, read articles, purchase books, go to seminars that will help you do that. And we all know that our choices are a direct reflection of the outcome. And if currently your outcome is a non-healthy relationship with your mother, I encourage you to continue and to listen to trainings like this. So this has been Dr. Tanya Biglow. I appreciate each and every one of you. I want to say peace, and I'll talk to you in the next training. Bye-bye for now.